Hello everyone, my name is Michael Gibson. I've lived in Moscow 25 years. Today I want to tell you about one of my favourite places in the capital, VDNK. This year it's its 80th anniversary. You can get here by car or by metro. The nearest metro station is VDNK, which is located about a 5 to 7 minute walk away. You can also get here by bus or by monorail. Incidentally, I highly recommend an excursion on the monorail. It's loads of fun. You can check out details on the mosmetro.ru website, and the trains leave regularly about every 30 minutes. No wonder the exhibition of achievements of the national economy, or VDNK, is called an open-air museum. Here is one of the most interesting places, the industrial square, to the edge of which is the famous pavilion number 34, also known as the Cosmos Pavilion, a building of great cultural significance. This is Russia's largest space museum complex, the Cosmonautics and Aviation Center at VDNK. The entrance is paid and they have excursions in Russian and English. Right now I'm surrounded by famous achievements of Soviet engineering. Helicopters, civil aviation, jet fighters, Buran spacecraft, and of course the legendary Vostok rocket. There's so much to see in VDNK that it's already become dark. So not so far from the Cosmos Pavilion is another unique and famous pavilion. The Moskvarium is the largest in Europe and the only oceanarium in the world to be located so far from oceans and the seashore. There are fantastic belugas, killer whales and dolphins here. And in the aquarium you can find hundreds of examples of weird and wonderful species of fish. One could talk about VDNK for hours. As you can see, it's already dark. We've been here so long. There's just so much to see, from landscape gardens to exhibitions to pavilions to educational programs. So if you're in Moscow, I heartily recommend to check out VDNK. It's so unique, a combination of Soviet history and Russia's future. You've really got to come and see it with your own eyes.
My name is John and today I'm going to take you to the National Museum of Costa Rica. Let's go!
It's pretty simple to get to the National Museum of Costa Rica. You only have to take one bus to the capital of Costa Rica, San Jose. Once you get in San Jose, you only have to walk through the 2nd Avenue of San Jose. The National Museum saw the light by the end of the 19th century. encouraged by the liberal project of order and progress that reorganized national culture by means of changes in education and the development of institutions with cultural and scientific purposes, such as precisely the National Museum.
I want my people to understand. I want my people to understand how in the way the boy them play the calypso just with a band. Yes, Calypsonian, we must unite. We don't suppose to stop till the fight. Jah give us health and He give us strength. Also He gave us intelligence that we must Calypso in Kawita with the Kawe band. I want my people to understand how in the way the boy them play the calypso just with a band. Calypso must be up on the shelf. We need our government to give us help. We want the culture, music to life, because it is the way that we can survive and we follow.
With over 100 years of existence, it has dwelled in 4 different buildings. The first 3 of them are already demolished.
I want my people to understand how the way the boy they play the calypso just with a band.
From 1887 to 1896, it was settled in the building of the Universidad de Santo Tomás. From 1896 to 1903, it took the gardens of the Labyrinth to the south of San Jose.
I want my people to understand how the way the boy them play calypso just with a band. Calypso in Kawita with the Kawe band. I want my people to understand.
From 1903 to 1949, it used the former building of the Liceo de Costa Rica, currently housing the Caja Costarricense del Seguro Social, which is National Social Security Institution.
Calypso just with a band. Calypso in Kawita with the Kawe band. I want my people to understand.
The colonial room has a notable collection of furniture and is designed to emulate that of an actual quarters in the 18th century. This is all for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed our visit to the National Museum of Costa Rica. Come and visit us in Costa Rica. You are more than welcome. This is your country as well. Also, remember to visit the National Museum of Costa Rica. As we all say, pura vida!
Calypso just with a band. Calypso in Kawita with the Kawe band. I want my people to understand how the way the boy them play the calypso just with a band.
My name is Shairi Noshkar and I live in Kolkata since my birth, which is for almost 21 years. Now I just want to tell you that the first and foremost place you must visit when you come to Kolkata is none other than the Victoria Memorial. Now as you can see, we are just outside the gate of the Victoria Memorial. Now, it is one of the most iconic monumental building which was built during the British Empire. And it's also a heritage of Kolkata which shows the colonial history of this city. You can come here by metro or by bus. For metro, you have to get down at the Maidan metro station, from which you have to walk your way from there till here. Also, you can get down at Ravindra Sadan metro station, from which you have to again walk a little bit. You can also get direct buses from Howrah and Shialda station, which will just drop you at Birla Planetarium, and you have to walk again a little bit from there till here. The nearest airport to Victoria is the Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose International Airport. Now, as we enter the central hall of the memorial, you can see the statue of Queen Victoria at the center. The ceiling of the central hall is actually the interior of the central dome, which is beautifully constructed with small windows, pillars, and several murals. Adjacent to this, you can also visit Birla Planetarium, St. Cathedral's Church, Ravindra Sadan, Maidan, and the Mohor Kunja Park, where you can spend a very good time in the evening with your friends and your family.
Welcome to Dumaguete, also known as the City of Gentle People, and ranked as one of the best places to retire in the world. It is also known to be home of some of the best natural attractions in the country. Today, let me take you to one of the famous waterfalls here in the island, the Pulang Bato Waterfalls. From the blue ocean colors by the city, we will be taking the greener route and drive uphill. There is one way to get to the falls, and that is through a scenic road through the mountains and rivers. Going up is not as challenging as it used to be, since there is only a short stretch of rough road compared to what it was back in the day. To get there, you could simply commute to the next town named Valencia and take a motorcycle for hire to drive you up. You could also take a public jeepney direct from Dumaguete City, as it has a regular route up to the intersection going to the falls. From there, you can hire someone to drive you on a motorcycle up to the falls, or do a quick 15-minute uphill hike from the same intersection. Commuting would cost you around $4 to $5 converted from Philippine peso. Another easier way is to go through a tour guiding agency van with a group of other tourists. Or rent your own motorcycle or scooter you could use to drive yourself up there if you know how to. But today, we decided to go up with our own personal car. This is the most comfortable and fastest way to get there, which would take 15 to 20 minutes from the city. Welcome to Pulang Bato Falls, which is translated to red from the local word pula and rock from the word bato. The fall's name is taken from its obvious red-colored rocks, which gives it the distinct characteristic compared to other neighboring falls a few kilometers away. Pulang Bato Falls is located in the Ocoy Valley in the town of Palinpinon, Valencia, Negros Oriental. A $2 fee is required to get in the place. With that, you can enjoy the place for the whole day. They recently upgraded a viewing deck where picture taking is perfect with the falls as your backdrop. They also added a hanging bridge and a concrete pathway to get you down to the waterfalls easier, quicker, and safer. The natural red rocks are a result from the presence of sulfur, but it's nothing to worry about since the sulfuric content is minimal and thus making it safe for swimming. The natural lagoon found at the basin of this waterfall is very cool and refreshing, almost like an ice bath. Who wouldn't be tempted to take a dip or jump in? The pool is actually deep enough for you to dive in. Many tourists and locals climb their way in the surrounding rocks and use it as a diving point. The natural design surrounding the waterfalls is amazing. It is almost as if someone chiseled layers of rocks and formed them into these rectangular and triangular shapes. Some say this was a result when lava passed through here centuries ago, as this mountain is a potentially active volcano. But if you are not into getting wet, they have a snack area just in front of the falls, where you can sit and relax while enjoying the view. They also have rooms where you can spend the night in. You can also rent tables and native cottages or a whole convention area for bigger groups. So, if you are in the Philippines, come to Dumaguete City and experience its natural wonders like the Pulang Bato waterfalls. I highly recommend it for those who love to be in the comfort of being with nature.
Hi, my name is Laura and I'm here to talk to you about one of the most amazing places around London, which is Bushy Park. It is located in Hamptons, which is immediately north of Hamptons Court Palace. So if this Bushy Park is just not good enough for you, you can obviously go and have these lovely views of Hamptons Court Palace. There is car park in the park where you can park your car for a small fee of around £3, and also you can enjoy this park from 9 AM until dusk. Bushy Park, having an amazing 1,100 acres, provides beautiful green spaces for you and your family and friends to relax. It is dead right in the city, so you can avoid the hustle and bustle, come here and then relax and unwind. It is famed for its waterways, its history, its birds, and of course the red deer and fallow deer that you'll see roaming around everywhere. Besides all of the nature that comes with Bushy Park, there is a lot of history as well, starting off with Henry VIII taking over Hamptons Court Palace and naming 3 of the royal parks, one of course being Bushy Park, where you will not be able to miss this lovely bronze 17th century looking fountain called the Diana Fountain. It is surrounded with pools and mile-long tree lines for you to enjoy, to relax and unwind. It is a perfect place for you to come and relax, unwind, exercise, have a stroll with your family or friends, and of course you can bring your pets, and it is a dog-friendly park. It really is a perfect tranquility for all ages. I really could go on forever about how amazing this place is. It truly has something for everyone, but you'll just have to come for yourselves and see.
If you visit Sri Lanka, Ambulawa is a place where you must visit. Ambulawa is situated 4 to 5 hours away from Colombo. You can travel here by bus or by train, or you can rent a private vehicle. It will cost around 10,000 to 15,000 Sri Lankan rupees. Ambulawa has a variety of more than 200 plants and many animals and birds. Behind me you can see Ambulawa Tower, which is the main attraction.
At the entrance, we can find the ticketing counter. Only 50 Sri Lankan rupees per person. Then we can hire a tuk or you can climb the hike on foot. It is 3 kilometers. Ambulawa is the first Sri Lankan multi-religious complex. We can see a Muslim mosque, a Kovil, a church and a Buddhist shrine in this place. This is the entrance of Ambulawa Tower. We can see two iconic things. Those are in light blue color and those are the Pun colors, which shows the prosperity of the country. Then at the entrance we can see Sandakada Pahana, which is made from stone, and ancient Sri Lankan people used it to clean their feet. At the first floor we can find this huge deck, which gives us the chance to go around the tower.
Visiting Ambulawa is an amazing experience. We invite you to visit this place and add an unforgettable memory to your life.
Hi, my name is Karen and I've been living in Melbourne for 7 long years. There are many beautiful places in Melbourne. This is one of my favorite places, the Shrine of Remembrance, and I'll tell you the reasons shortly in this video. Shrine of Remembrance is the war memorial of Victoria, and it is one of the most important and meaningful landmarks of Melbourne. It is also very old. It was built in 1934 and now it is 86 years old. So the Shrine of Remembrance was built for the men and women of Victoria who served in the First World War. But now it functions as a place of remembrance for any men and women who fought in any war. Hence, this is what makes it one of the most honorable and meaningful place of Melbourne. Hath no man. So this inscription is a part of a verse from the Bible, John 15:13, greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. And the stone is aligned with an aperture with the roof where the sunlight falls on the word love on 11 a.m. of the 11th of November, the day the World War I ended. But due to the introduction of the daylight saving, the time has been altered. Hence, a mirror has been installed to direct the sunlight into the stone at 11 a.m. and during the rest of the year, light is used to stimulate the effect. Beneath the sanctuary is the crypt containing a bronze statue of a father and a son. This statue represents the two generations who served in the two world wars. The sanctuary is surrounded by a passage along which are 42 bronze caskets containing handwritten, illuminated books of remembrance with the names of every Victorian who enlisted for active services with the Australian Imperial Forces or Australian Naval and Military Expeditionary Force in World War I or died in camp prior to embarkation. Pediment containing sculpture in high relief. There's 4 groups of sculpture like this one, which makes the corners of the shrine, with each one representing peace, justice, patriotism and sacrifice. The porticos are approached by wide flights of steps which rise in stages to podium on which the shrine sits. Coming down to the forecourt, there is a tall cenotaph constructed of Harcourt granite. Inscribed on its surfaces are the names of the defense forces together with the theatres of war they served in. At the top of the cenotaph is a basalt sculpture of 6 servicemen carrying a bear with a corpse. Side of the forecourt are the 3 flagpoles. The usual arrangement comprises the Australian flag on the left, the Victorian flag in the middle, and one of the flags of the 3 defense forces on the right. Other flags may be flown on special occasions, arranged accordingly to strict protocols. So I highly suggest you to visit the Shrine of Remembrance not only as a tourist, but to pay tribute to the heroes who fought during the wars in Australia.
Hello everyone, my name is Menna. I'm Egyptian and I was born and raised in Egypt my whole life. Today, I'm going to show you one of the best historical places in Egypt, the Saladin Citadel, or Cairo Citadel. Saladin al-Ayyubi was the king and a famous army leader in Egypt. Saladin al-Ayyubi built the citadel in the 12th century. He also started the Ayyubid dynasty. Many dynasties had ruled Egypt from here, including the Ayyubids, the Mamluks, and also the Ottomans. This citadel has defended Egypt against many violent attacks. You can visit Saladin Citadel from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The ticket price for students with ISIC card is about $6, and for non-students it's about $12. You can come here by metro or bus or even a taxi. Let's start with Muhammad Ali Mosque. This mosque is also called the Alabaster Mosque because its interior and exterior walls are made of alabaster. The Turkish architect Yusuf Boshnak had come over from Istanbul solely to build this great mosque, based on the mosque of Sultan Ahmad in Istanbul. The mosque is rectangular in shape and consists of two parts: the Sah or courtyard and Beit Salah or house of prayers. The marble mihrab is covered by a half dome at the lower level. Opposite to the doorway of the prayer house, there is a pavilion, above which there is an elaborate French clock, which was presented to Muhammad Ali by the French king Louis Philippe in exchange to the obelisk, which is now standing in the Concorde Square in Paris. The funny fact is that this clock has never worked properly. Sulaiman Bash al-Khadim Mosque is much smaller but much older, as it comes from the Ottoman architecture. It was the place of worship of the Janissary Corps of the Ottoman army. Several high-ranking officials were buried here. Even their graves are designed by tombstones of inlaid marble. If you're tired of walking, you can take one of these cars to take you in a tour inside the citadel. With me. Saladin Citadel is full of history, so why don't you come and see by yourself?
Hi there, we're about to begin our Moshima National Park tour. We are here in Playa Colorada, one of the most famous beaches because the color of its sand. And we're gonna have a beautiful time.
Moshima Park was created in the year 1973 to protect the mountain forests of the Turimekiro Range and the country's eastern Caribbean Sea marine landscapes. This is the Dolphins Route, one of the tour's main attractions. The park covers 949 square kilometers and it's made up of an exclusively marine area in its western sector in Anzoátegui State, a coastal marine area that includes the Gulf of Santa Fe and Moshima Bay. and a mountainous area that covers the Turimekire Dam watershed in Sucre State.
This is the most beautiful place that you can find in Venezuela. It's really amazing.
There are some waves, but we're going forward.
Marine waters in the park are rich in fish diversity.
I'm drinking a chocolate milk smoothie. It's priceless to be here.
Come and visit Venezuela, a country full of incredible experiences. We will be waiting for you.
Welcome to Serbia. I'm Uroš, and today I will take you on a short trip to show you one of the amazing places you can see if you visit my country. This mountain behind me is Avala, and that's where we're going. It's overlooking Belgrade, and it's located only 16 kilometers southeast of downtown Belgrade. Let's go. Avala is well connected with Belgrade and other parts of Serbia via roads, highway and railroads. The ride itself is exciting and beautiful. There are a couple of roads you can take, and today we're taking a circular road which goes to the top of the mountain through this scenic forest. You can also come here by bus. Just take the bus 400 and it will leave you very close to the top. Avala is a traditional picnic resort for Belgraders, but it's never crowded. If you're looking for a calm nature getaway that's close to the city as well, this is a great place to do so. You can visit Avala any time of the day and night and every day of the year. Sculptured by Ivan Meštrović, a famous Serbian sculptor, in the form of mausoleum with 8 caryatids. Inside of the crypt of the monument are the remains of an unknown soldier who died in First World War. The body of the soldier was found and buried by Germans in 1915, not far from here. On his grave, they placed a wooden cross with the inscription in German, "An unknown Serbian soldier." Years on the monument, 1912 to 1918, testify to the fact that the monument pays tribute to the soldiers who died during the Balkan Wars and the First World War.
The notion of the unknown hero, however, is general and timeless, so it can be said that such memorials. Standing at 204 meters, Avala is the tallest structure in Serbia and the highest tower on the Balkan Peninsula.
Avala Tower is open to visitors throughout the year, and the working hours in the period from April to November are from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., while the off-season hours are shortened to 4 p.m. For more detailed information, you can check out their website, where you can also take a virtual tour of the Avala Tower. The ticket to visit the tower costs 300 dinars, or approximately €2.5.
The Avala Tower has been a symbol of pride for decades, not only of Belgrade and Serbia, but of former Yugoslavia as well. As a famous landmark, many road travelers would know they're close to the city when they will set eyes on the Avala Tower.
So, if you find yourself in this part of the world, I would highly recommend that you visit Serbia and Belgrade and take a look at it from the beautiful Avala Tower.
When you think about Putrajaya, you think about its Malaysia's federal administrative city. But did you know that Putrajaya has a time capsule that is set to be open in the year 2020? Hi, welcome to Putrajaya Travels. I'm Faris Ishak, and I'm here to share with you a list of amazing activities you can do in Putrajaya. For this list, we are going to look at Putrajaya not only with the great architecture, its history and the great outdoors. It is often overlooked by its brethren sisters Kuala Lumpur. Putrajaya is one of those places that you drive through and welcome by the amazing bridges that connect the outside world to the main city. With its architecture that is inspired from around the world, such as Iran, Sweden and Australia, just to name a few. Not only the bridges, but the majestic buildings of Putrajaya. It would make your neck soar as it would turn heads as you want to see the traditional Malaysian designs building as well as the more modern futuristic design. It has the technology incorporated into the design. Islam is the official religion of Malaysia, and there are many opportunities to see different types of mosques across the country. However, the mosques in Putrajaya is a must-see. Putrajaya has two mosques, one being the beautiful pink mosque, Masjid Putra, and the other is the shining metal iron mosque, Tuanku Mizan. Both mosques has been built gorgeously on top of the lakes and has amazing view of the surrounding lake. The mosques here are used daily, and yet they allow visitors to visit in between the prayer times of 5 times a day. In case that you do not have appropriate clothing, they do provide you with robes with hoods so you can visit and enjoy the mosque whilst maintaining the respect and culture for the religion of Islam. Putrajaya is a hub of man-made lakes, with a lot of its landmark buildings is perched by the lake. What better way to see it than from a cruise? Being one of the largest constructed wetlands in the tropics, it houses over 100 species of birds. With a high lookout tower, it is one of the best spots in Malaysia to watch the migration of the raptors. Visitors can enjoy many trails here in Putrajaya wetlands by trekking or by biking and enjoy the green scenery. To get the closer look of the monument, you can go next door at the Skyride Putrajaya Festival Park, where you'll be lifted up by a hot air balloon and enjoy the bird's eye view of Putrajaya next to the Millennium Monument. The sunset view here is breathtaking, especially when you are soaring 120 meters high. Being the biggest helium balloon in Malaysia, you can enjoy a 360-degree view of the whole Putrajaya. Did you enjoy some of the amazing facts of activities in Putrajaya? I hope this has helped you to decide to try out a few activities in Putrajaya. Don't forget to share this video so others can enjoy Putrajaya. This is Faris Ishaq signing out, and enjoy your day.
Bonjour, my name is Jean-François. I was born in Paris. Just kidding, my name is Brett. I was born in California, but everyone has to be born somewhere and no one does it on purpose. Paris is my town. Like a lot of people, over the last 2,500 years, I've chosen this city as my home, but as an American, I think Ernest Hemingway said it best. Paris is a movable feast, and if you're lucky enough to visit once, you carry it with you for the rest of your life. Today, I'm going to introduce you guys to one of the most amazing tourist attractions in France, certainly the city and perhaps the world, the Basilica of the Sacred Heart of Paris, or as it's known here, the Basilique du Sacré-Cœur. Check it out. Good guess. But come on, this is Paris. We're not in Kansas anymore. Since the Tour Montparnasse is 210 meters above sea level and the Eiffel Tower is 325, that leaves Sacré-Cœur in second place, but really who's counting? I mean, if we were looking for tall buildings, we'd be in the middle of a desert staring up at the Burj. No, Paris is not in the skyscraper game. Paris is in the beauty business. Let's move on. Things you'll notice when you enter the Sacré-Cœur is the immense mosaic that decorates the ceiling above the altar. It's impressive to say the least. I know I was amazed the first time I saw it. How many people were hired to create this? How much were they paid? What did they eat for lunch? And what is the secret to durable pigments? Question. So, you finally made it to Paris, and you're wondering, do I really want to go to the Sacré-Cœur? Do I really want to take those stairs? Well, the answer is yes. because one of the coolest things about the church is its incomparable view of the left bank and all of the surrounding buildings. Check it out. Merci. Wow, that was an amazing afternoon. Thanks so much for coming along with us, and we hope to have inspired you to visit Paris on your own someday to see the Sacré-Cœur. Until then, take care. We'll see you soon. Paris will be waiting. Tell him Jean-François sent you. À très bientôt. Au revoir.
Hey, I'm just enjoying my morning coffee and breakfast. This view? Yeah, I know. It's pretty great. You get used to it though, but let me tell you about it. So, where we are right now is the Finnish archipelago. Archipelago stands for collection of islands and coastlines outside of the mainland. And as you can see, that description is pretty accurate. Where we are more specifically is an island called Attu. Now, like many islands here, this island is actually connected to the mainland with a bridge. Of course, bridges aren't the only way you can get around here, since they can't be built everywhere, except if you ask the Danish. Some other ways to get around here are ferries, which carry cars and other pedestrian vehicles. Most of these ferries are actually suspended over the sea with metal cables, but not all of them. Definitely the best way to get around here is by boat, since we have a lot of coastlines and docks. And even though most of the docks are private, we have some public ones too. And if you know which strings to pull, the locals might even let you dock at their private dock and invite you in for a cup of coffee.
Woo! A pretty good pastime here is driving a motorboat. You can either rent one or you can buy one, depending on your budget. The thing is, it's pretty loud out here in the sea.
This is a bit better. Right now, this feels like the most peaceful place in the world, but things haven't always been like that. During the 12th and 13th century, the Finnish archipelago was used as an outpost to guard the Swedish capital of Stockholm and the Finnish capital of Turku. When a war broke out, called the War of Finland, which was a war about who owns this territory, between Russia and Sweden, the residents got mad. Together with a Swedish army, the residents took back the area of the archipelago from Russia. This, however, resulted in an internal fight for power. just sitting here, taking in the atmosphere. And I gotta tell you, this is honestly the best part after every long and eventful day. Listening to the birds of the night and the sound of the ocean. I could sit here for hours, but if I did that, I wouldn't be able to start the next day, which will most likely be even more adventurous. So I'm gonna go to sleep now, but I tell you, you gotta experience this for yourself.
Hello everybody, my name is Kevin Hammond. I've lived in Johannesburg for 31 years. One of my favourite places to visit in the city is the Johannesburg Zoo and the South African Military History Museum. They're together in one complex. The entire zoo complex covers an area of over 55 hectares. The museum is in that complex, as are many conference halls and the Anglo-War memorial you can see behind me. So let's take a closer view and see one of Johannesburg's premier attractions. There are many world-class exhibits here at the museum. Some of them are one-of-a-kind pieces you won't see anywhere else in the world. Like this ME-262 two-seater night fighter, the only one in existence. The museum is not just a collection of weapons and artifacts. It also houses monuments and memorials, such as the battle honours and standards of 3-2 Battalion, arguably the most formidable fighting force in African history. In the main courtyard, there are examples of all the aircraft used by South Africa throughout its military history. From the Bush War to the Second World War, even the Mirage behind me did see service in combat. And this gives you a real sense of the rich military history that South Africa has, and also of the magnificent displays that have been put on here at the museum. Located just across the road from the Military History Museum is the Johannesburg Zoo, home to some of the greatest exhibitions of animals and wildlife on the African continent. Take a picnic lunch, come to the Johannesburg Zoo, you'll have a great time. More about our precious wildlife than when you arrived. As you can see from these beasts behind me, the zoo's got all the biggest animals on display, and they're housed in humane, very spacious conditions, so they're pretty happy, and you can look at them and see what wonderful creatures they are.
The animals of the Amazon Pavilion showcases many rare and unique specimens that you may never have the chance to see again. It highlights the truly international character of the Johannesburg Zoo, where you can see not only Africa's wildlife, but species from throughout the world. For a true sense of the spirit and history of Johannesburg, I highly suggest a day at the Ditsong Museum of Military History and the adjoining Johannesburg Zoo.
Today we will visit another beautiful architectural example of Pakistan, the Monument of Pakistan. It is located on the western hilly areas of Islamabad. Moreover, Islamabad is the capital of Pakistan. You can reach here. The resultant petal-shaped structure emphasizes the importance of unity and togetherness of the people of Pakistan. Rather than symbolizing the 4 provinces, as is mistakenly observed, it represents the 4 different cultures of the people of Pakistan. The 4 large petals represent each of the 4 cultures: the Punjabi, the Balochi, the Sindhi, and the Pakhtun, whereas the 3 smaller petals represent the minorities, Azad Kashmir, and Gilgit-Baltistan. So all the 7 petals, apart from that they are independent, still stand together in unison to form the nation of Pakistan. Together, they are protecting the star and the crescent of the flag of Pakistan. The star of the flag in the monument is designed in shiny black granite with golden stars, which represents the people who sacrificed their life for Pakistan. The moon crescent is made from stainless steel with inspirational writings of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Allama Iqbal, who were the national heroes of Pakistan. Other than this monument, there is a museum as well, which narrates the history and tells the story of the creation of Pakistan. Adjoining the monument is the Pakistan Monument Museum, which includes a wax museum depicting important events leading to the Pakistan movement. With amazing sceneries and historical background. I would highly recommend you visit here and enjoy the moments.
Ciao! We are here in Bergamo, Bergamo in my dialect, and I'm going to present you my hometown. Bergamo is a city in the north of Italy and it has around 120,000 people that lives here. The most important thing that you have to know about the city is that it's divided in two parts. We are here in Lower Town, the most modern and most populated part of the city, but the most interesting things are in Upper Town, and that's where we're going to. As you can understand from the name, Città Alta, the historic center of Bergamo, is positioned higher than the modern part of the city. To reach it, there are several ways, with the bus, by car or motorbike, but the most typical means is the funicular, built in 1897, which in a few minutes allows us to reach the historic center. I also recommend a nice walk on these walls that are heritage of UNESCO from 2017. These walls are all around Città Alta and they are long around 6 kilometers and the highest point is 21 meters. Enjoy! In the center of Piazza Vecchia you can see the fountain of Contarini. Contarini was a doge that ruled during the Venetian era that was really in love with Bergamo and he decided to give this gift to our city. There is a small curiosity behind this fountain. Last century we decided to replace this monument with a statue of Garibaldi that was a very important person because he was the man that unified the Italian country. Well, after a few years the citizens decided that the fountain was more beautiful than the monument, so they replaced the statue with this fountain and that's actually here. Okay, there we have the Palazzo del Podestà, Podestà's Palace. We have the Campanone, that is the big bell tower, and we have Palazzo della Ragione, the Reason Palace. In English is not that good as in Italian. Give to you. So, enjoy and come to Bergamo. Ciao!
Welcome to Akamakam Beach. To get here, you can rent a motorcycle in Coron town proper. It's 500 pesos per day, or you can ride a private van going here, so it will take you around 1.5 hours to 2 hours. Okam Beach is located in Busuanga, also in Palawan. So let's see the beach. Okam Okam Beach. Surprisingly, the main island doesn't have a lot of beaches, so when you ask for one, everybody will say Okam Okam Beach. Okam Okam Beach is a long stretch beach with some native little huts who offer grilled fish and a cold drink, and even a cheap overnight stay when you want to enjoy the beautiful sunset. By scooter, it's a small 2-hour drive, passing by different small villages and beautiful high cliff coastlines. The reward will be when you take the last dirt road and at your left and see the sea appear at the horizon. Enjoy the simple beauty with the locals and take a refreshing dip in the sea. This location is also the cheapest way to get to Black Island when you arrange a private boat. Black Island, known to locals as Malahon Island, is a huge, mysterious-looking island near Busuanga. From a distance, it has an eerie feeling despite its beautiful white beaches and coconut trees. Once you step foot onto the shore, there are many hidden caves and secluded beaches, perfect spot for you. Kalawit Safari Park, a little bit of Africa in the Philippines. Discover Reserve and Wildlife Sanctuary in Kalawit Safari Park, a 3,700 hectares island at the northwest side of Busuanga Island. It is home to various species of exotic African and endemic Palawan flora and fauna, where hundreds of giraffes, elands, waterbucks, Calamian deer, monkeys, The Twin Lagoon. The Twin Lagoons are one of the must-see destinations in the Coron Island hopping tour. The first lagoon is where the boats dock, while the second lagoon is hidden, the only access of which is Barracuda Lake was named such due to the discovery of a large barracuda fish skeleton in the depths of its waters. It is one of the famous free diving sites not only in Coron but also the entire country. Barracuda Lake is composed of both salt and fresh water, but the most notable feature of this lake, especially for divers, is its layers of cold, warm, and hot water, also known as thermocline. The first 4 meters layer of water is actually fresh water, around 28 Celsius. When you're going down, you then meet salt water. There's a huge thermocline and heliocline at 14 meters deep, and the water temperature is rising to 38 Celsius. Around 35 meters deep, the water is changing from clear to dark brown with lots of salt. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching this short travel and adventure video of the beauty of Coron and the Philippines. I am highly encouraging you to visit us here in our tropical country. There are
Hello, my name is Victoria Borgman and I live in Estonia, Tallinn. And today I would like to show you something very interesting, Freedom Square. The defensive structures found at archaeological excavations have been preserved and stored in the parking lot under the square. The remains of the guard gates of the defense tower can be seen at the end of Harju Street through a glass screen. Freedom Square is a very popular place in Tallinn. A lot of events take place here. Over the years, the square has gone by many names: Haymarket, Peter Square and Victory Square among them. It was first named Freedom Square in 1939, remaining that way until 1948. The name was adopted in 1989. Behind me is the Cross of Liberty and the monument to the War of Independence. They gained the name from the ability of tower occupants to see in the kitchens of nearby houses. The Kick and the Cook exhibition provides an overview of the warfare of the past. This is a Harju Street, and it's a good place for a walk of Old Town. This is one of those places you have to see.
Hi there, I'm Aditi and I live in a country, India, which has the oldest civilization in the world and basically famous for its variety, traditions and rich heritage culture. India's art is beyond beautiful. Every city has its own story, own culture, own tradition. And today, I'm going to take you to a place which is in the city Jaipur, which is known as Pink City. which is in the state of Rajasthan. Rajasthan, which is famous for its bravery, its monuments, heritage, culture. One of the best ways to enjoy culture is museums, and the best of all museum is Albert Hall Museum. This gallery holds carpet collection of various reigns and style. The carpet depicts a formal Persian garden divided by the streams into 4 main garden sections. These are further subdivided into 2 or more sections with smaller garden plot. The 4 main sections are around the central tank with a high pavilion. The pavilion has a blue dome and richly decorated interior with a throne from which the emperor could enjoy a view of a splendid garden. The gallery inside the museum showcases different things like metal art, arms and armor, poetry, sculpture, miniature paintings, clay work, marble art, international art, ivory, jewelry, woodwork and furniture, coins, musical instruments, garments, carpets. I'm sure you're going to love Albert Hall and the museum, which consists of so many things, which showcases so many things in such a beautiful design. This gallery holds exotic marble work of Mughal reigns, statues retrieved from ruined temples, painting of Mewar. You can find Jain wood painting with lacquer Ramayana painting, local artisans' masterpiece and so on. You can find statues of Hinduism, Jainism and modern art. Albert Hall is basically famous for its history buffs, photo fanatics, experience seekers, wanderers. Once you reach Jaipur, you will find numerous public transportation to reach Albert Hall. You can hire a cab or you can walk. You can take any public transportations. You can take bus from the various part of the city to the museum.
Hi, my name is Ferenc Mikko and I live in Guildford, which is a larger town in England. Guildford has a beautiful high street, which is one of the busiest streets around here. You can often find musicians showing their talent and playing their own songs. Everybody loves to just stop for a bit and listen to these amazing and brave people. castle grounds are free to enter, but there is a small charge if you would like to visit the castle keep. If you have a dog, this is a perfect place for a walk. Just remember, you need to keep him on the lead. The castle grounds opening times are 8 AM to dusk throughout the year. Unfortunately, the castle keep is only open from March till October. But if you're here between November and February, you should still definitely check out this beautiful garden. If you look up Guildford Castle, you can go to Guildford's Borough website, where you can find all the information from the opening times through the prices and literally just everything else what you need to know about the place. Unfortunately, there aren't any free parkings around the castle, but if you go out from the city centre, you can find parking up to 2 hours or even for the whole day. I would love to keep talking about this lovely place. There's so many interesting facts I haven't even mentioned, but the best if you just come over to here to this beautiful time and just literally simply have a walk around, have a nice meal and just enjoy the calming feeling what the whole place
Hi, I am John Morris. I've lived in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja for 10 years, and one of my favorite places to visit is the second largest rock in the world, the Zuma Rock. The Zuma Rock is located at Niger State. It rises spectacularly immediately west of the Nigerian Capital Territory. The Zuma Rock is 2,379 feet above its surrounding. It can be located along the Abuja-Kaduna Road off Madala and Zuba. Zuma Rock is also referred to as the gateway of Abuja from Suleja. The only means of transportation to get to the Zuma Rock is by road.
Geographically, the Zuma Rock is in between Niger State and the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, generally referred to as the gateway to Abuja. It stands at the northern end of Abuja on the Abuja-Kaduna Expressway. The rock is open and available to anyone interested in exploring the rock.
of Zuba gave the rock the name Zuma, which means the place of catching guinea fowls, after finding out that there were many of them surrounding the rock. The Zuma rock is also portrayed in the 100 naira notes. There is always an unusual silence when travelers drive past the Zuma rock. The Zuma rock was once used as a defensive retreat for the Baggy people. The best time to visit the Zuma rock is every time, because come rain, come shine, the Zuma rock still stands, and there is an army checkpoint close to the Zuma rock and the police quarters behind the Zuma rock. In other words, the rock is 100% safe to visit anytime.
Hello, right now I am in the lovely country of India, which is known for its history and its diversity. And today, what we are going to talk about is situated in Jaipur city of Rajasthan state of India. And that is this lovely monument known as Hawa Mahal. Hawa Mahal has its own uniqueness and speciality. It has 953 windows which are traditionally called as jharokas. These jharokas has its own special story, and hundreds and thousands of people from all over the world come to see this Hawa Mahal every day. It is situated in the old city of Jaipur, which is totally pink in nature. You can see in my background, everything is pink out there, and that's why Jaipur is also known as Pink City. This lovely monument, Hawa Mahal, is also known as the Palace of Winds or the Palace of Breeze. In the year 2006, renovation works on the Mahal were undertaken after a gap of 50 years to give a facelift to the monument at an estimated cost of rupees 4.5 million. The entry of the Hawa Mahal from the city palace is through an imperial door. It opens into a large courtyard which has double-storied buildings on three sides, with the Hawa Mahal enclosing it on the east side. An archaeological museum is also housed in the courtyard. The top two floors of Hawa Mahal are accessed only through ramps. Hawa Mahal is situated in the south of Jaipur city in the area called Bari Chopper, which is known as Bari Chopper because it is the 4 intersection of main road. This is 8.1 miles away from Jaipur airport, which is around 13 kilometers and which is well collected from all over the world. This place is very well connected from all the modes of transport, be it road, be it air and be it other modes of transport. It is very well connected, so anybody can easily come to Hawa Mahal, which
Hi, my name is Tigo and I'm here in Utrecht, the Netherlands. Utrecht is my hometown. I was born in the city and today we will be visiting the Domkerk. Everyone in the city knows the Domkerk and I'm going to tell you all about it. Is the Domkerk. It is located in the middle of Utrecht and stands next to the tallest building in the city called the Dom. You can visit the church every day with some days as exceptions. Every Saturday this church is closed for visitors after 3:30 p.m. You have different opening times throughout the year. From the 1st of October to the 30th of April the church opens at 11 a.m. and closes at 4 p.m. From the 1st of May to 30th of September, the church opens at 10 a.m. and closes at 5 p.m. To reach the church, you can take the bus. There are no direct bus stops that stop right in front of the church, but there are a ton that stop around the church. To 5 p.m. Now let's talk about the inside of the church. The church is a whopping 32 meters from the ground level to the highest point, which will be the arch. Combined with the attic, the church becomes 40 meters. That's around 131 feet. The benches inside the church are placed across each other, which is kind of an unorthodox. They have been this way since 1986. Before that, they were placed next to each other, which is more common. The benches have been placed this way as it provides more flexibility while the room is in use. It's exceptional and beautiful. I hope you learned something from this video and roam the wonderful streets of Utrecht for yourself, so you can fall in love with the city in the same way I did. Have a wonderful day.
How is it going, everyone? I am Hashan Fernando and I'm from Sri Lanka. So today I'm going to reveal all about Mimure.
Mimure is a village located near the border between Kandy district and Matale district in the Knuckles mountain range. There are 2 seasons for paddy field watching. First season starts from February to April and the second season starts from September to November. These beautiful paddy fields are all over Mimure village and it illuminates the entire village. This water flows all the way to the village and tourists enjoys the natural pools of it. However, I highly recommend you to wear a life jacket or hire a lifeguard from the village itself. I warmly welcome everyone around the world to the pearl of the Indian Ocean, Sri Lanka, and enjoy the beauty of this tropical island.
Do you know that feeling when you're in a loud place with a lot of people and just want to go away to a quiet place? Somewhere beautiful and somewhere you can experience something special. I know that feeling. And that's why I'm here at Kurjenrahka. Welcome to Kurjenrahka National Park here in southwestern Finland in a place called Rusko. This national park is very isolated from normal city urban life. The closest city to us is the city of Turku, which is approximately 35 kilometers or 22 miles from us. The easiest way to get here is by car or by bus, and the bus lines that run here is 21 and 23. Kurjenrahka National Park is a very large national park. In fact, it is the largest of all in southwestern Finland. It covers a whopping 29 square kilometers and 11 square miles. Unfortunately, I won't have the time nor the energy to explore all of its beauty, but so far I've enjoyed every second of it. Moving around at Kurjenrahka National Park can be quite the challenge. Luckily for us, these wooden paths make it a lot easier to travel around. However, they can be very slippery, so you gotta watch out. This is a little bit more about this park in particular. There are 3 regions in this park. Each region is named after a swamp to that region. The 3 regions are Kurjenrahka, Northern Lammenrahka and Vajosua. And yes, the Finnish language is hard to pronounce. Thanks to the rich environment and perfect protection from the wilderness, Kurjenrahka is the perfect home for many birds, such as the northern wryneck. It is said that this national park is the home for over 68 species of birds, and that is quite a lot if you ask me. After spending an entire day in the nature, I've come to realize the importance of being outside, being active, especially in times like these, when people aren't as active as they should be. Kurjenrahka is open all year around, and to be honest, I do not see a reason for you not to visit Kurjenrahka. It is truly a place for you to experience for yourselves.
Hello, my name is Vincent and welcome to the Vonno Park. Vonno Park is the largest park in Amsterdam with 47 hectares, and it's certainly the most famous park in the Netherlands. It welcomes about 10 million visitors every year, and it's open every day from sunset to sunrise. Vonno Park is centrally located in Amsterdam, very close to Leidseplein and Museumplein, and also to the famous museums like Van Gogh Museum, Stedelijk Museum and Rijksmuseum. It's very easy to get here, just a short walk from Leidseplein, and tram 1 and 2 arrive at the entrance of the park. But I highly recommend that you take a bike and cycle around here. It's an unforgettable experience. Vonne Park was opened in 1865. And the original name was Het Nieuwe Park, which means the new park. But when a statue of Joost van der Vonne was placed here in 1867, it quickly became known as Vonne Park. And from 1880, this has been its official name. For the protection of its nature and tidiness are quite successful. Despite the large number of people, the park is usually tiny and clean. Many different species are planted in its 63 flower beds. You can walk wonderfully through them and enjoy the splendor of the flowers. The best time to visit is between mid-May and the end of June. Amsterdam is a beautiful city with many attractions that are worth visiting. Vonne Park is one of those, so I highly recommend you come here and enjoy it.
Hello, my name is Joel and I'm living in Estonia, Tallinn. And today I'm going to show you one of the most beautiful historic parks in the entire Northern Europe. It contains features of Italian, French and Dutch Baroque parks. Kadriorg Park, let's go! The history of the bark ensemble dates back to July 22, 1718, when Peter the Great ordered the construction of a new European-style summer palace near Tallinn. Kadriorg does not kind of place you can find a lot of attractions, overcrowded streets, shops and so on. It is more like a green beautiful area in Tallinn where you can enjoy coffee, ice cream or glass of wine. Just take a half of day, rent a scooter and spend there nice and relaxing time. At the beginning of the 19th century, Tallinn was beginning to earn a reputation as a popular resort town, and the seaside Kadrioru district became a go-to place for the holidaymakers. Summer villas, swimming lounges, baths, hotels, guest houses and restaurants, and all this stuff was very handsomely designed. Let's have a look. Made in Japan. And originally the garden was intended only for plants from Japan. However, the long and harsh winter changed the game, and so today you can see here a lot of local plants as well. Japanese gardens are generally closed in winter time, so you have to notice that. Kadrioru located close to the city center, so everything is right here. Take a taxi and within minutes you can reach everything. 10 minutes to the airport, 5 minutes to city center, 5 minutes to Pirita Marine, 7 minutes to legendary Old Town, and so on.